Hey, so I have a counterintuitive point here toward the search philosophy around buying a job versus buying a business. Everyone says buying a business, but I think I'm going to explain it in a bit of in a different way here. Why buying a job actually, counterintuitively makes no sense. I can kind of argue that it might be the right way to go. Let me explain. So I know this is going to get argued against by the search community here when looking for private businesses, but yeah, I'll try to explain. So I think buying a job as the first acquisition is actually pretty smart. See, you can get hands on, you can feel the business, you can understand the customer journey, you can figure out. Sorry about the wind, it's just a bit of a gust came. I'm on top of a little mountain here. So, yeah, apologies for the sound quality. I'll try my best to speak closer. So, you can get hands on in the business and you can figure out all the little steps and learn as you go. Like, I think that it's hard to put trust into somebody else who's running the business when you don't really know the business that well. And you can rely on yourself. If you're working in the business, you can trust yourself. So if things aren't going very well, you can just work harder, work longer, just put more effort in. I think there's there's something to that where if you're relying on other people and you're in a different city or a different country or something like that, you've lost a lot of control and you're relying on this person when you don't have maybe the skills or expertise in managing lots of different businesses to handle that. So I think the first acquisition you do, buying a job actually is okay, and figuring out ways to replace yourself over time. Now, another really interesting thing about buying a job rather than buying a business that already has management in place is that it's just going to be far, far cheaper. Everyone else is going to, it's going to be less appealing to everybody else. Everyone else is going to be looking for, and that's exactly what's happening, is everyone's looking for the business that has management teams in place, and you don't have to step in and operate the business or run it and change things, or like hire in people. And a lot of people say that a business to be sellable needs to run without the owner, and I tend to agree with that. But then if you can buy a business where it needs the owner, so I guess that's the counterintuitive point, that people don't think a business can be sold if you need to go step in and be the boss of that business. And that's, I think, why you get these cheaper valuations. And for me, buying my first acquisition, that is quite important to me, getting a very good deal, making the acquisition as much as I can handle. I'm trying to do it without debt and all sorts of things. So for me, that opens up a world of uncompetitive an uncompetitive place to start like searching. So then the other factor of it being cheap is that I can sort of test my thesis. If I okay, I think I can grow it by doing this. I think I can hire an assistant for this. I think I can hire this person for this. I can at least go in and test the thesis while it's quite cheap, and while I'm not taking out $1 million loan or something like that. Because it's cheap, I can take more risk. And that is sort of another appealing attribute of buying a job rather than buying a business. It's just for the first acquisition, by the way. And another point is, well, while my circle of competence is growing, if I don't know that field that I'm going into, I don't want to pay up crazy amounts for a field that I'm unsure about. Why not pay a small amount, get involved, figure it all out? Yeah, that's going to be really hard. I get it. But that's how you develop your circle of competence, and that's how you like really understand the field that you're in. And maybe there's add-on acquisitions, and that's what I'm focusing on, is looking for a private business to buy. That it's okay that it has to be a job for a while, but I see that there is a lot of opportunity to buy businesses very similar to the first business that I buy. And that, I guess that's sort of how roll-ups start. And I'm not really planning on a roll-up. I really just want to start the first one, but it opens the door to something like that in the future. And I think that's quite appealing. So yeah, the idea of this buying a job rather than buying a business, I think, yeah, it's the harder path, but I actually think it might be the right path for the first acquisition. And it's not advice anyone gives. So I'm happy to give it. I'm happy to be wrong about this too. So time will tell. Keep following along. I do have a backup plan, which is my Interactive Brokers account. There's a link in the description for this. It's my savings account. So I use that for my public stock market investments. And that's sort of my fail safe. So yeah, I trust Interactive Brokers for sure. And yeah, that's just my backup plan. All right. Hope you've enjoyed. Hope you've enjoyed the view. Hope you're enjoying these videos, and I will see you in the next one.